Yo guys, what is up? It's Teach here, coming at you again with another video over on Lost Ark, and this is something that should help you out a ton. If you haven't been capitalizing on your use of your stronghold, it is one of the most important things in the entire game because you get a ridiculous number of free resources and a whole bunch of different bonuses. So you need to be leveling up your stronghold like there's no tomorrow. And I'm going to walk you through why it's so important. First and foremost, you can get some crazy rewards, especially when you send out some special missions. Like, look at all this. This is a few hours of me grinding that I get just a whole bunch of free stuff for, and I'll just accept it. And then you can basically just remove all that stuff, but you get a whole bunch of free stuff. So how do you access all this stuff? Basically, you just go through your manor kind of guide, if you want to call it that. On the top, if you hit Control 1, you're going to be able to access lab, workshop, station, manor, knowledge, and then eventually training item. Now, knowledge is one of the ones that's going to be incredibly valuable for people late game because you're basically going to be able to complete areas and then go ahead and get your character that you want to level up. Doesn't matter how much. You can see it costs gold though, to a gear score level. So you don't have to earn gear and waste resources again. You can literally just level them up once you complete certain areas through the use of gold. Now, that is also very, very useful. That is right over here. Now, not only that, but the lab. If you go inside of your lab, you can get some crazy things inside this that will help you out a ton in the long game. Now, cost reduction of things, you can actually craft certain things, just like you see right here. And then you can get ship additions that are going to help you out and everything like that. Basically, by constantly having something going in your lab, you're going to increase the productiveness that you can actually hit in this game. It is incredibly important to upgrade pretty much everything. I encourage you to do the top couple of things early game, because it's going to increase your output, so that's what you really want to focus on. But even then, in your workshop, you have craftable items. Whenever you're like gathering things and stuff like that, you can actually craft all of these things, whether it be a battle item, whether it's a cooking item. You can see this and it'll give you boosts. Structures, you can craft structures that'll actually help your base out. Any type of tools, you can see foraging tool exists, special items, and then farm items. Now, pretty useful, obviously. This is more useful later on when you're looking for specific items and things like that, but it also gives you the ability to make a bunch of flares, which are really useful in this game, obviously. So you want to be able to have access to that for sure. Now, the next thing, this is the super important thing, the station. Now, the station is one of the most valuable things in Ark, because, or not Ark, Lost Ark, literally. So basically what you're able to do is you're able to gain any number of resources that you see here. With a higher percent adaptation, you're going to get more resources. However, even if you have a 0%, which is impossible unless you send nothing, just so you know, you're going to get some of these resources, all of the base stuff. Now, that being said, the higher chance you have, the more rewards you're going to get. So if you have a 25% chance, you're going to get all this stuff, just in a lower number. Now, if I go to a random one and see if it increases, so 36 means I'm going to get even more. 15 is less. 69, lol. This is going to mean that I'm going to have access to all those additional things, more of this stuff, basically, victory seals. And then you can even run special missions that will allow you to do the raids and stuff like that for free, basically. Now, you can also, if you get some power passes, you can do some of these missions that are going to give you a bunch of raw resources. Huge. Now, it does require a platinum ticket, which you get just by farming things naturally. So that, that's important to definitely check out. You pretty much want to have these things always going at all points in time. One of my favorite things to do is because sometimes I want to run Guardian raids on these things, but then I kind of think better of it. So I usually run some sort of chaos dungeon. And because look at the resources that you can get out of this, it's pretty nice. It's a lot. And then you can get entrance tickets to the cube, all kinds of different stuff. So basically, I just auto form whatever I want there. And then you got to keep in mind, if you only have 3, you don't want to send all 3, especially if one's only a 1% bonus. Usually I'll like kick back a couple of them and be like, okay, I'll just take that 23%. And then I'll get that going. Now you can run one special mission and one normal mission at the same time. So what you really want to focus on is getting these missions done for sure, because they're going to give you all those boosts. The smaller ones, if you're going to be up in the morning and then be able to access it later in the day, are pretty huge because you're going to have access to getting these special rewards quicker. So I like using this. Obviously, I've got the things to allow me to get boosts on this, so I'm going to go ahead and click mission start on that. And that is basically just free resources. Pirate coins, which are useful, especially if you're going around the seas, seals, stones, and then unidentified relics. Now the manor, this is pretty much just to make your place look pretty. There are a few basic things you can do, like increase with outfits and structures, but it's not super huge. Now the next thing that you need to know about, pretty easy. In this area, you have a special trade merchant. Now these trade merchants, you see them right here, they exist on your base, always in this spot right there. And they will come back, and you get new ones every 8 hours, I think is what it is.
Our stuff is
You
nice
can
too.
basically change the stuff that you have earned in order to buy special things. I already bought the Janaea's coin, but that's a huge thing right there. You can see, take it to the merchant ship that collects coins. You can get stuff from that. You can get awnings, which is special. You can get a special crew application. Look at that. Not a bad one. That's a 3280 cost, so it's a little bit more expensive, but that's a very awesome crew member, especially because it's a rare crew and not just an uncommon. You can get soul leaves, card packs, anything that you can think of, you can basically get it. You can also see that there's a wound blueprint to design the design of the Ibern's wound. So, you know what, whatever, I'll just take one of them. Go ahead and grab that guy. You can see that you can basically use all the stuff you've already been earning and get free resources, basically. So, what else is there here? Basically, the entire island has a whole bunch of stuff on it. You can see over here, this is the Jack of all trades, the farm and cave manager. There's a whole bunch of stuff that you can do over here. It's absolutely bonkers. If you're not capitalizing on this, you need to be, and making sure you're leveling this thing up as quick as possible. So, that being said, hopefully this helps you out. If you don't mind smashing that like button, leave a comment below for the algorithm, or if you have something to say. And again, if you want to check out some of my other content, hopefully it helps you out, and consider subscribing. All right, Teach out.